Hello there lovely people, it's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and today I just want to talk to you very briefly about a little game called Flip Wars. Now, in case you don't know, Flip Wars is a party-style game with similar gameplay mechanics to Bomberman, and also kind of Splatoon at the same time. It's kind of weird, it sort of crosses them over in a weird way. The basic idea is you jump and slam down and try and flip over as many of your panels as possible, or at least that's in the main game. There are also other various different game modes where you have to knock people off or just try and survive, and stuff like that. And much like Snipper Clips, it's been picked up by Nintendo, and they have published it on the eShop, and, well, I have to say, it's not very good. Honestly, it surprises me that Nintendo picked this up because it's certainly not a bad game, but it is extremely mediocre and honestly is really lacking in certain areas and doesn't really have any of the Nintendo charm that we come to expect. Gameplay is severely limited. There's local battle, which allows you to play with multiple people on the same console, and online battle, but there is no local battle using multiple switches at the moment. However, apparently that is coming soon. And as you can probably tell from what you're seeing now, I had to rely on CPUs for the footage because I simply could not get a game online. Now, I have done before recording this footage, but nevertheless, it is still very, very difficult and you can be left waiting for a very, very, very long time. It is true that this is probably due to a limited number of people picking it up, but even so, people will randomly drop out from the lobbies and things like that. Basically, it's a little bit of a mess. I mean, the gameplay is fair enough in itself, and it is certainly better if you have a group of people who are actually next to you in real life rather than just faceless people online, but still, it doesn't have that replayability. It sort of feels a little bit slow, and there's not a lot going on, and everything seems to be a little bit random and a little bit too chaotic without it being the fast-paced, random action fun that you get in something like Bomberman. Also, presentation-wise, it really isn't doing much for me. I mean, it basically looks, and to be honest, feels in many ways like one game in a collection of games similar to something like Wii Party, which honestly isn't doing any favours. There are a few things like environmental hazards and things like that, but to be honest, they're little more than a gimmick, and the game even calls them a gimmick. Also, there's some really weird use of language in there. I'm guessing the people who developed it, English isn't their first language, but nevertheless, it strikes me as a little bit sloppy. Given the whole general feel of the game, and the fact that not all the features are available, and they're listed instead of just being coming soon, this does feel more like an early access game. But don't take my word for it, let's have a look at the game without me wittering over the top. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?